Good girl turned bad. But ain't nothing bad about the music, style, and fashion Miss Robyn Fenty, better known as Rihanna, has given us over the past 17 years. Yes, 17. The Bayesian beauty stepped on the scene in 2005, and since then, she has sold over 250 million records worldwide. According to the Billboard's Hot 100, Rihanna has 14 number ones, 31 top 10 hits, and a total of 62 songs that charted. She is one of the best-selling musical artists of all time. 9 Grammys, 13 American Music Awards, an Icon Award, 12 Billboard Music Awards, and an NAACP President's Award. The number of accolades this woman has is phenomenal. She holds 6 Guinness World Records. Some include female artist with the most US number 1 singles in a year and most streamed album on Spotify in 2016. Auntie was streamed 1.6 billion times that year, and that is just the music. Rihanna has also starred in movies such as Battleship and Home. Miss Fenty expanded her brand into the beauty and fashion realm beginning in 2017, and since then, Fenty Beauty, Savage X Fenty, and Fenty Skin has maintained great success. With each album, Rihanna gave us a fresh new look from girl next door, high fashion, edgy, and unconventional. With that being said, let's take a look into Rihanna's style evolution. Music of the Sun. Rihanna's debut album, released in August 2005 on Def Jam Records, was a modest success compared to her latter albums, but it was certified platinum by the RIAA. The album included Caribbean and dancehall inspired songs. Pon de Replay is the most recognizable single from the album, which peaked at number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100. During this era, Rihanna gave Caribbean girl next door vibes. Her hair was mostly worn long, with loose waves and curls. Her fashion aligned with what was trending in the early 2000s. Crop tops, low-rise jeans, large accessories, and soft makeup. Truth is, not much about her style was unique during this era. Many other black female singers had the same look. A Girl Like Me, released April 2006, less than a year after her debut album. Beating the odds by not having a sophomore flop, singles such as SOS, Unfaithful, and We Ride were the leading singles to push the album to 2 times platinum. Did you know the song SOS was originally written for Christina Milian, but she turned it down? Well, it's a good thing she did, because it was the first single released from A Girl Like Me and what helped drive the album to the success it was. Early 2000s fashion was in full effect. Her hair was long, sandy brown, and layered. This era of fashion for Rihanna was very similar to her first album, and it makes sense since the albums were released only 8 months apart. Good Girl Gone Bad, the third and breakout album from Rihanna, was released May 2007, and Good Girl Gone Bad Reloaded in June 2008. For this album, she shied away from the Caribbean influences and went for pop and R&B sounds. This album may be one of her most significant albums because this is when she evolved into the edgy and carefree woman we know today. Umbrella, her leading single, was a commercial success. The song was originally written with Britney Spears in mind, but her record company rejected it. Rihanna introduced her new sexy, edgy look with a jet black asymmetrical bob, smoky eyes, legs and skin, and more legs again. Good Girl Gone Bad was certified 6 times platinum by the RIAA. Other singles included Don't Stop the Music, Rehab, and Disturbia. During this era, Rihanna kept her hair black with a bob-styled mini waves, then switched it up with a pixie cut when she debuted the music video for the leading single Take a Bow from Reloaded. It was imperative Rihanna broke away from that island girl next door image if she wanted to maintain success. She took on a sexier style than for previous albums. She no longer blended with the other ladies of R&B and pop. She was now becoming a trendsetter. Rated R, released in November 2009, which incorporated R&B, hip-hop, dancehall, and pop. Some of the singles released includes Russian Roulette, Hard, and Rude Boy. Rihanna was much more involved with the writing of this album. Musical artist and one of the songwriters for the album, Neo, told In Touch Weekly that the album is definitely more edgy than Rihanna's prior work, describing the album as liberated. It topped the US top R&B and hip-hop albums chart and became her first #1 on the chart. The brand and styling of Rated R was conceived by British artist and director Simon Hemwood. The black and white cover was compared to the 1980s album covers by singer Grace Jones. Rihanna ditched the pixie cut and bob and opted for shaved sides and blonde hair on top. Her style gave very much rock and roll. Her makeup was very dramatic. This era was very edgy and exuded chic and sophistication. Loud, Rihanna's 5th studio album, released November 2010. The title describes the sound and vibe of the album. Ditching the dark vibes of Rated R, Loud features up-tempo pop and R&B songs and marks the return to dancehall and reggae. Songs such as Man Down, What's My Name, S&M, and Only Girl in the World all led the album to be the 8th global best-selling album of 2011. The latter 3 reached #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. In an interview with MTV, Rihanna said, "I wanted songs that were all Rihanna songs that nobody else could do. I didn't want the generic pop record that Kesha or Lady Gaga or Katy Perry could just do and it'll work. I wanted a song or songs that were Rihanna songs that only I could do and had that little West Indian vibe to it, had that certain tone, a certain sass, and a certain energy." Well, that she did, and the album went on to sell over 8 million copies. Just like the sound and title of the album, Rihanna's style also fit the description. Her hair was red, big, and bold. Her fashion was fun and less serious than the last 2 eras. She still exuded sexiness, but in a fun and colorful way. Talk That Talk, released November 2011, produced 6 singles including We Found Love, You the One, Birthday Cake, and Where Have You Been? A dance-oriented pop R&B crossover album that incorporates elements of hip-hop, dubstep, electric, and house music. To date, the album has sold more than 5.5 million copies worldwide. For the Talk That Talk era, Rihanna wore her hair wavy with French bangs, curled or pinned up, with blonde highlights. She went back to an edgier look, but with a hint of masculinity. Unapologetic, released November 2012, is the 7th studio album by the Barbadian singer. The sound of the album is similar to her previous 2 albums, Rated R and Talk That Talk. The album won the Grammy Award for Best Urban Contemporary Album in 2014. Singles include Diamonds, Stay, and Pour It Up. Unapologetic has sold over 4 million copies worldwide. Rihanna returned to her pixie cut hairstyle that she wore during the Good Girl Gone Bad Reloaded era. She also sported one side of her head shaved and long on the opposite. Her style was definitely unapologetic during this time, as she was sure to show off her tattoo of the ancient Egyptian goddess of truth, justice, harmony, and balance, Ma'at, located under her breast. She was super sexy and showed plenty of skin. I want to give an honorary mention to the era leading up to Auntie. In 2015, Rihanna dropped 4 or 5 Seconds featuring Kanye West and Paul McCartney. The song is described as folk pop and soulful. She also dropped Bitch Better Have My Money, which Well, if you saw the video, then it's self-explanatory. During this era, Rihanna exuded a very unconventional style. She wore makeup with her eyebrows being super thick. She gave very much gothic and masculinity. Anti, the 8th studio album and most recent album to date for Rihanna. Anti can be described as Rihanna's most soulful album to date. It includes pop, dancehall, alternative, R&B, hip-hop, soul, psychedelic, doo-wop, and trap. Lyrics are emotionally driven. It was released January 2016 and is Rihanna's second #1 album and the first album by a black woman to spend 300 weeks on the Billboard 200. In 2020, Rolling Stones ranked Anti at number 230 on the 500 greatest albums of all time list. During this era, Rihanna sported quite a few looks, from the continuation of the goth look when announcing the Anti tour and art cover for the album. She wore a jet black bob and long hair in the video of the leading single Work. She didn't stick to one look during this time. There were a collective of different styles. Her fashion was of course sexy, but she was showing more than just cleavage. She was showing her breasts more now than ever. Some who may attempt the looks Rihanna had could be described as raunchy and ratchet, but somehow Rihanna makes it all look sensual and sexy. Well, it may be a little raunchy, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Rihanna hasn't given us any new music as of this video, but that's alright. She has given us so much more with Fenty Beauty, Savage X Fenty, and Fenty Skin. She has also given us our new niece or nephew very soon. Even during her pregnancy, she exudes sex appeal and unapologetic fashion, continuing to set trends. And here on B-Centric TV, we are giving her the flowers she deserves. I want to hear from you. What is your favorite fashion era for Riri? Comment below. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Your support is always appreciated.